Hey, good morning there, boys and girls. Adventures of the broken retired. Uh, Making good use of the freedom that I've been given by those that have served this country in the capacity of military personnel, police, first responders. It's Memorial Day. And the reason I can sit here and do this, and the reason you can sit there and watch, is because there's been a whole lot of people that have been willing to give up everything so that we could be together today. It's a big deal. It's very important to me. And we should never forget. I extend a wholehearted thank you to everyone who's served and everyone who has helped make the freedom that I've experienced in my life possible. Thank you very much. We're back out in the garage again today. Like I said, it's Memorial Day. We're back out in the garage again today. I'm going to get out the air. I had somebody in the comments say that I should use a shop vac out here, and that's actually a pretty good idea. I hadn't thought about that. I don't know why I never thought about using a shop vac out here. I have one, but anyway, that was a good idea. I'm going to get out the compressed air today and blow around on some of this stuff to get some of this stuff clean enough to be able to use and start putting some stuff away. We still have a huge mess right there and a huge mess right there of stuff, and I'm starting to get a mess right there of it's all stuff that needs to be put away. So that's what I'm going to do. Come on down. Anyway, let's get busy with it. Let me turn. Oh, Elmer's out here with us today. I finally remembered to bring him along. Let's get busy here. It's hard to decide where to start, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out the bottom drawer on that tall blue box, I guess. I don't know, one of the two. And put the extension cords in there first of all. See, the extension cords are over there by the saw. Put those in there so they've got a home. Hopefully they'll fit all in one drawer. All right, well, there ain't no point talking about it, is it? Let's get with it here. Truth of it is, extension cords are obsolete now. Pretty much obsolete. There's so many cordless tools around, you just swap a battery and go. You don't need the cord unless you're running an air compressor or something bigger than that, All right. There's that. Little fanage. A little more fanage. In some ways, it was difficult to get started putting stuff away just because there was just so much stuff. I mean, everywhere you look, there's something, And so I just kind of grab something and go, and grab something and go, and hope for the best. Huh? Came with the box. What do you think? I guess it's a sharpening stone with it right here. Yep. Pretty nice. I don't see who made it. Oh. SCHRADE, Schrade. FYI, I am not a knife guy, so that knife is going to end up going on Marketplace. I really just don't have any use for it at all. It appears to me to be brand new. I'm gonna have to research how much it's worth and see what I should sell it for. We got we got a little problem coming up here. When I put you see right there, I put that drill set in the drawer, and when I did, it popped open, and the drawer would not reopen. It took me probably an hour or so to get that drawer back open, which is the magic of editing, because I took all that out. Anyway, yeah, that little drill box popped open, and so I ended up getting rid of it. Watch, you go see me throw one of them away. You see that? That thing popping open did not impress me even a little bit. I got rid of it. Didn't want that happening again. Tell you what I'm doing. See right here? This kit has all these brand new little tiny drill bits. I don't want to keep the whole box. I just want to keep this lower section. So I'm just going to cut it up. That's really the only way to save little bitty drill bits like that, is to save the package they came in. Because if you take them out of there, you'll never find them again. You'll never know where they're at. And they're so small, I don't even know if my drill will hold them because they're so small. And we'll call that mission accomplished. At least when I never use them, I'll be able to find them, right? And that's my birdhouse. Those are my birdhouse. What do you call that? Pattern. Birdhouse patterns. I kept. I'll probably never make another birdhouse, but I'm keeping them anyway. Hanging stuff up with the nails that they used to be on. Just going through to see what I can find that needs picking up, and try to pick it up and put it away. Measuring tools, wood angle tools, and measuring tools, and wrenches and files. There was a lot of stuff in that box when I bought it. All right, boys and girls, while I'm sitting here resting my back a little bit, because I hate sitting around doing nothing, so I'm going to tell you a story, okay? I'm going to tell you that this is a Craftsman wrench. See that? It says Craftsman on it, 7/16, 3/8. I've had this wrench for a long time. Matter of fact, I don't have any idea where this wrench came from. It just appeared. I don't know. I've had the toolbox, by the way. That toolbox all the way in the corner. That one back there. I've had that since the early 80s. Matter of fact, that top box is the first toolbox I ever bought. Anyway, get back to this. You see right here, that wrench says Craftsman. You know what that means? That means, obviously, it's a Craftsman wrench. Now, this one says Sears, which would make you think it's a Craftsman as well. And this one, ain't that something? This one is sold in a Craftsman kit, tool kit. I have the kit that it came in. It came with that box I bought in Texas. This Craftsman wrench came in that Craftsman toolkit, but it doesn't say Craftsman on it. Now, because I'm interested in stuff like this, I watch documentaries and that kind of stuff, right? And what I found out was that this one is what you call a Craftsman, what I call, this is a term that I made up, call this a Craftsman after. You call it an after because of what it says about where it's made. See right there? I believe that says Taiwan. Forged alloy steel, Taiwan. This one here that says Sears, forged, the air compressor came on. All right, the compressor shut off, which is nice to have happen. Put Elmer back in my pocket so he doesn't run away. He's hard to keep track of once you put him down somewhere. Anyway, There's a term that I coined, a phrase that I coined for these wrenches. This is what I call a Craftsman after, because it's made in Japan. This is what I call a Craftsman after, because it's made in Taiwan. The company was sold. Now, they're still, watch, they're still sold under the Craftsman name. See right there? Craftsman. But they don't have Craftsman written on them. They have the sizes and the fact that they were made in Taiwan. They were made after the company was sold. Same thing with this one here. They all say Sears. They all say Sears, but on here it says Craftsman. This is the package they were sold in. Now, that brings us back to this one. Is that right, or is it upside down? It's upside down. Hard to see. Yeah, there we go. That brings us back to this one. This is what you'd call a Craftsman before, because it says right there, I had to make sure what it said. It says right there, forged in the USA. This is a real Craftsman wrench. This is a Craftsman before. This is a Craftsman wrench that Craftsman actually made in the United States. I don't remember what state it was in. Might have been Illinois. Indiana, might have been. I don't remember now. But there you go. I jump every time that compressor comes on. It always spooks me. Always. The story of the Craftsman wrenches, I don't remember what year it was. It seems like it was around 1979 that they sold out. And then they also started playing tricks with people on their warranty, which is one of the reasons why the wrenches, the new ones, didn't say Craftsman on them, because then they didn't have to stand behind the warranty. But it's a pretty interesting story about Sears, especially about Sears in general, and the Craftsman tool line, how it all happened, how it all went together. It's very, very interesting stuff. Now I'm starting to get into doing sockets. Sockets are very difficult to do because you have to look at every single one to see if it's metric or standard. And there are a lot of sockets. And I mean, there's a lot of sockets. By the time I get done, there's a pile on the top of each one of those toolboxes. You see these right here? Back in the day, this was a long time ago, I took a spark plug. This is a B80S NGK, and I ground the end of it on a grinder like that. And then what I would do, put a little grease in here and work that real careful in and out of the spark plug hole until I could get it going and out easy. It would chase the threads. It would straighten the threads out. Here's a a D plug. Same thing. Ground the end of it a little bit. You made a thread chaser. And this is a C plug that's not ground. That's a little bitty spark plug. Look at that. There's a B80S. Just for FYI, that's not a trick that I learned on my own. That's a trick somebody else showed me with the spark plugs. It worked very, very well. It was priced right because all you had to have was an old spark plug, and we were a motorcycle shop. We had old spark plugs all over the place, and it worked. It worked really, really well. Pack the end with grease so the metal shavings wouldn't go down the cylinder. It was great. Still have them. Probably never use them again, but like hanging on to them. Nostalgia. Some of the sockets, there's 2 or 3 of the sockets that I pull out of there that are all like that one. They're all rusty. I can't see what size they are. And I should just throw it away, okay? Because, I mean, come on. But I got to sand on it for 10 minutes trying to figure out what it is first. Like, you know, I'm an old man. I can't throw something away that might have value. God forbid. So I start going through all these sockets. I go through all these sockets pretty much throughout the rest of the video. Just going through, because you gotta break them up. And I separated them. The standard sockets are in that box that I'm standing at. The blue one with the white drawers, and the metric ones are going in the taller ones, and I'm putting them that way because pretty much what I'll be working on out of those toolboxes now is that truck I bought. It's a 67 Ford, so there's not going to be much metric stuff on that. It'll all be American standard. So the taller toolbox, it's harder to get the sockets out of it because it's so tall. It's hard to look at the top of it. Which, by the way, 20 years ago, 40 years ago, that red toolbox all the way up against the wall, I never used to have trouble looking at the top of that without that little thing to stand on. My back over the years has made me shorter. But anyhow, so sockets are getting weeded out for ones that aren't any good. There's the pool man just showed up. The sockets are getting weeded out for ones that aren't any good, separated American and a metric, and then they'll get separated again, drive size, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch, and depth, and then they'll be stood up in the top of that. The standard ones will be stood up in the top of that box with the white drawers. Of course, the metrics will be stood up in the tall blue box, and I'll be able to find them. You know, organize. This is why if a guy's toolbox is a mess, it never gets fixed, because it takes a long time. The only way to sort out your tools is to put your hand on every single one. And there are literally thousands of pieces in those toolboxes. So it takes forever to go through them and clean them out, you know, to sort out what's in there. And of course, a lot of the stuff you want to look at just because you've had it, well, in my case, I've had it forever. A lot of this stuff brings back a lot of memories. I mean, my entire adult life, I've had that tall red box I'm standing at, right, that one I've had that my entire adult life. Now, I gotta sit and take a break, rest my knee. There's a little step in front of that toolbox. No, see that little step right there? Stand on that little box so I can see up in the top, because the top is way up there. And that little step right there aggravates. I have a problem with my left knee. It's has to do with a few motorcycle crashes. I had it fixed. I think it was in the 80s or in the 90s. I had it fixed. But it's getting funny on me again. It's getting funny on me, but it's no joke. All right, time to get back to it. Back in the days of being an indestructible punk kid, 3 Saturdays in a row, I crashed my motorcycle, and 3 Saturdays in a row, I tore up my left knee. It was very foolish. I thought it was bulletproof. I didn't get it fixed until sometime in the early 90s, at which time they did a great job fixing it, by the way. They did a fantastic job. But if you think about it, if I got it fixed in 1996, it was 30 years ago. So it's starting to get kind of screwy again. It's very painful. It wears out quick. And I don't know exactly what we're going to do to be able to make it any better, but you'll notice sometimes that I'm walking with a limp. That's 3 motorcycle crashes, 3 Saturdays in a row. So I was a damn fool. That's what I was. I was a damn fool. It's just all there is to it. All right. First of all, we mentioned this. Just for fun. How many of you know what that is? Alright, why do I have the top threaded piece of a spark plug in my toolbox? I got lots of them. Because when you needed one, the only place you could find one was in the top of my box. There's the American sockets that I've come across so far. There's the metric sockets I've come across so far. And that toolbox has not been empty like that since probably 1980 or 81. Because that's when I bought it. So, I'm going to blow that out. Blow that off. And blow all this off. And go from there. And I can tell you with a pretty fair amount of confidence that I'm telling the truth there. That box hasn't had the top of it empty like that since the day I bought it. I promise you. Okay, boys and girls. Let me show you something real quick. Well, I'm going to get into what's up on them shelves and see what's there. I'm pretty sure, I'm 99.9% sure, those bags are full of hand tools. So I got to get them down. And it's time to figure out where they're going to go. I thought they were all hand tools. I didn't know I had power tools in those bags. Oh yeah. This one's full. Yep. That one is too. That's the doorknob kit. Oh, this one's got stuff in it. And so does this one. What is in them is the big question. All right, boys and girls, let's get a look. This is a Bosch bag. Feels like it's probably a jigsaw. And that's exactly what it is. A jigsaw. So that's going to have to get straightened out, cleaned up, and I'll probably put it on Marketplace. As long as it turns out to be good. Let's try the next one. This one's a quarter cable bag. And there's a power plane in here that I didn't know I had. This will get sold as well because now I have 2 power planes. And I feel confident to tell you that's tools. Yep. There's a lot of stuff in that little bag. Huh. And it's full of all kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in that bag too. All right, boys and girls. I think that's enough for today. I'm kind of tired. I've been out here for a while. This is a tedious job. Slowly but surely things are improving. Things are getting better. Once I get this stuff sorted out, I'll be able to. Once I get all the sockets taken out and put with the other ones that they're like, I'll be able to arrange them all so that I can find what I need, which would be really, really nice. Please remember that at the beginning of this video, I said it was Memorial Day today. And I know this video is not going to post. Matter of fact, this video is probably not going to post until Friday. Probably not for 4 more days. It'll be Friday of this week, which is going to be getting pretty close. I think June 1st is coming up, like Saturday or Sunday or something. But anyway, keep in mind, every holiday, the reason that you're observing that holiday. Today is Memorial Day. Today, we pray for the souls of those who have given the ultimate sacrifice so that you and I can sit here and do what we're doing right now. They're gone so we could have fun. There's no way to show enough appreciation for that. Thank you very much for being here. I really do appreciate you being here. It's wonderful to have you around. It's wonderful to know that there's people out there watching what I'm producing. The comments are just fantastic. I love the comments. They're fantastic. Thank you so much for being with us. Don, The Adventures of the Broken Retired. And right now I'm fixing to be even more broken, more tired. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good afternoon. See you next time around.